Oh hi, I'm Mark Christopher. Welcome to my shop. The lowly 2x2. What's it good for? Kindling, furring strips, balusters, furniture?
Furniture?
Yeah, furniture.
You're correct, my son.
Oh, be quiet. Stick around and I'm going to show you how to take the common everyday 2x2 with some 1x6 fence boards and for less than 25 bucks, make a chair for your deck. Coming up on Woodmark.
Huh.
Okay, the great thing about this project is it really is limited tools. There you go, saw and a drill. I'm not really going to use these. I've got a chop saw and an electric drill, but this is all you really need. Is a drill and a saw and a measuring tape, a bit of sandpaper and some glue. That's it, nothing fancy. And to make life even simpler, when it comes to measuring tapes, yeah, I'm not a big fan. What I am a fan of is making measuring blocks and jigs. I'm going to show you how to make this jig, which doesn't really look like much. What it's going to do is give us the perfect alignment so we can drill our holes for the chair legs. So this is just going to be done out of scrap. Okay, so I have all of my 2x2 stock here. I've got 2 stretchers, 8 legs, and 4 cross members. They're all at 24 inches. So there's a total of 15 2x2s that need to be 24 inches in length. And we have 2 spacer blocks, 8 3/4 inches. That's it for this. You need 3 1x6 fence boards. The other thing we really need is we got some glue and some number 8 3-inch exterior screws, and that's really all there is to them. There's no measuring involved here, which makes it accurate. And all I've done is I've taken some scrap 2x2, and the other one is made out of the bottom of it actually is just a piece of 1/4-inch hardboard. This is just a piece of 3/4 pine I had lying around. And to that, I took a piece of the 2x2 stock and I just glued it and screwed it to this bottom plate here, and that's going to give me the correct height for blocking in these pieces. What I've done then is I've taken another piece of 2x2, brought it right to the end, and just fastened that into place. Then I took a piece of the stock, laid it in, and then what I did was I took another piece of the scrap, butted it right up against it, screwed that in, so now this is locked in. Then I just leapfrogged it, laid in the second one. Laid in the second one there, took another scrap piece. The length here is not critical. Put another scrap piece in, butted it up against it, glued and screwed it in place. So that takes care of the front part. And then what I did, I think it was 3. Yep. So then I put in 3 spacer blocks. There's only 2 there right now. And again, came up to the end of it down here. And then I put in another one right here. And then took my leg stock, put it in, buttoned up another piece here, then made a leapfrog of 2 spacers, and then finally the last one. So it's not a complicated process. What I've done here is I've taken my 4 legs and I've inserted them in between the spacers right here, and that's all you need to do. Just make sure that they're tight, they're flat, and they're butted up against the top here. So now I'm just going to lay this down, press that down on a flat surface, make sure the legs haven't moved out any. Take one of my cross members. This is what runs front to back. Just snug that up here at the front, and we'll just put a little clamp on that. I'm going to drill pilot holes, keep the wood from splitting, and I'm going to put 2 in each in each cross member. Okay, so now that the pilot holes are drilled, I'm just going to come in with a number 8 counterbore bit, and it'll just open up this here so that the screws will be recessed. Okay, so that's the cross members drilled, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little bit of, I'm going to take this clamp off and lift this up and take a little bit of wood glue and put on each of the legs, and then put the cross member back on, drill it down, and legs are done. And then we'll just repeat that for the other side, which I'm not going to bother showing you because it's the exact same thing. For this project, you can use epoxy if you want, which make it an incredibly super strong joint. I don't happen to have any on hand right now, so I'm using Titebond 3, which is an outdoor wood glue, so it's perfect for this application. So I've got my number 8, I think I said 3" earlier. I'm using 2.5. Wiggle and press down. Now, one thing I do like to do is a little bath in the glue. One nice thing to do with the squeeze out from the glue that came up with the screws is to take these, have these decorative plugs, just 1/4 inch. You can use a 1/4 inch dowel. I don't happen to have any on me right now, so I'm just using these to bung the holes. It just dresses it up a little bit, helps keep moisture out. The glue, that glue will be sufficient to keep these plugs in. It's an option. You don't have to do it. It's just something that I'd like to do. And once you get them on, just take a damp rag and just wipe the glue off. So now it's just a matter of popping it out of the jig. They're kind of tight, but here we go. We've got our side rail. It's off the ground just enough. You see here, this is where it'll be resting. This is ground contact here, and it's off by exactly one of these. So the whole chair is very symmetrical. Okay, so now we get to the fun part. What we've done is taken 2 horizontal stretchers. I've placed them between the rungs in the front. They come over and they're just flushed to the side. I'm going to drill 2 holes again, right through here and here, and that's going to lock the front in. I'm going to come and take another cross piece, and behind the 3rd leg, behind it, I'm just going to butt that up against that, and that's just flush along the sides there. I've got the front cross member screwed on, and the rear one. So now we're going to take those 2 spacer blocks that we cut. Remember that we're at 8 3/4, and we're just going to drop them in between the front posts, just like that. Take another cross member. We're going to drop that right down on top of it. Just keep all that lined up. So I did end up going with 2 screws in through the front. So what we do now is we'll just pop out our spacer blocks. Okay, so with our spacer blocks, we're now going to come to the 3rd leg. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just lay it just in front of that rear cross piece. Okay, so here you kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Come around here. So we originally put the spacer block in here and right here. Now we're just laying it in front of this rear brace, and then we're going to put this up, and we're going to attach the this brace right here to the leg. What I've done now is, now that I have the mid rail, or I guess the bum support, so the first 4 are all together. What I've done now is taken another piece of 2x2, and I've just gone across the back rails, just bring it up flush to the top here, and this is actually, I'll screw this in, and this is where our armrest is going to go. This is our back brace screwed on, double screwed and glued, and this is it for the 2x2s. We've got our frame complete. All we've got left to do now is we're going to take the 1x6s, we're going to put them on here, we're going to run some seat slats back to there, and the long backrests. That's it, we're going to be done. With the frame complete, all that's left to do now is attach the 1x6 fence boards. You'll need to cut 2 pieces at 27 inches for the arms, 3 pieces at 17.5 inches, which will become our seat, and 3 pieces at 48 inches for the backrest. So let's get started and start attaching them. I use a 2x2 offcut just to rest the end of the back slat on and keep them level. Drill some pilot holes, counterbore, and then drive home some 2-inch screws. Repeat the process for the top, coming through the front. Use a spacer block just to line up the boards. New sticker this week from Karol Kolanowski. Used to be the Polish woodworker, now he's KK Make. Dziękuję! Attaching the seat pieces is the same as attaching the back. First, use a spacer block to butt up against the backrest, and then slide your seat piece up to it, and as before, drill pilot holes, counterbore, and drive the screws home. Use our old friend, the spacer block, to butt up against the back rail, flush up the arm to that, and just hold it down nice and securely. Then take a pencil and just strike lines along all of the leg rungs so that you'll be able to flip it over and find the center for drilling. Using the pilot holes as a guide, come in with your counterbore bit and then drive the screws home. Take your time at this point. All that's left now is to attach a cleat, 1 spacer block down from the top, and drill it in, 1 screw in each slat. This provides additional stability. I was on a Google Plus hangout with Matt Brander, Chris the Wheeler, and Chris Cute while shooting this next scene. They thought I was going to edit it out.
Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
All one take, one take.
One take wonder.
You know how many times I've seen woodworkers do projects live on a hangout? They edit every bit of it out because they fuck it up sometimes. Somehow that never makes it to the final product. I'm trying to tell people, well, man, I was there when he made that video. There was this part that was really cool. And then just nothing doesn't show up. Like, oh yeah, you got like your...
And now for the big test. No creaking. I painted the frame white, and after a bit of sanding, the chair is good to go. So, until we see you again, thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and do something nice for somebody. You'll feel better for it. Bye-bye for now. God bless.